great podcasts? Do you love great Australian podcasts? Of course you do. Australians make incredible podcasts. And if you want to stay up to date with the best Australian shows, then check out Oz Podcasts. Look for us on social media and find your new favourite show from the Australian podcast directory on ozpodcast.com.au. That's OZPODCASTS, ozpodcast.com.au. Check it out.
If you like new stuff before anybody else, if you like to keep your finger on the pulse, if you like the future and want to be in it, keep on listening because we'll start in a minute. Techwebcast. The hosts and guests are unsurpassed. Techwebcast. Cause technology, it moves so fast. Techwebcast. Ha! Stick around and you're gonna have a blast. Yeah! Techwebcast. Ha! Ha! Techwebcast. Let's go!
Welcome to episode 329 of the Tech Webcast podcast, recorded on the 11th of April 2015. Tech Webcast is recorded every Saturday at midday Melbourne time. Please rate us on iTunes and like us at facebook.com/Tech Webcast. And also you can follow us on Twitter at Tech Webcast. And welcome, your hosts are me, Belinda, Brad, Steve, Jacob, Jennifer, and Paul. And our guests today are Cody and Katie from Meerkat, and they're going to tell us about their travels.
Yes, indeed. Hello, Belinda. Welcome.
Hi, how you going, Brad?
Good, thanks. And yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Been pretty busy. I made a video on YouTube about the IQ3, so
yes,
that was good. Got a few hits on there. Got about 270 hits, so it's pretty good.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Also, talking to the IQ3, check out the interview that me and Andrew did on Thursday or Friday. We spoke.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yep, great information. If you want to know more about the IQ3, check it out. Great chatting with Nick from Foxtel. We got Jacob back on. Welcome back, Jacob.
Thank you, Brad.
How's your week been, mate?
All right. Very humid out here.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a sign that summer's coming?
No. When it's spring here, it's crazy.
All right, anyway.
You get cold days some days, and some days it's just 90 degrees Fahrenheit over here.
Did you pre-order the Apple Watch, Jacob?
I don't have that type of cash on me.
Which one would you get if you're going to pre-order one?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know?
No, I would have to look at them.
Well, they're on the website. Jennifer, welcome. How are you? How's your week been? Did you pre-order the Apple Watch?
I did not pre-order the Apple Watch. My week has been very, very busy. How about you?
Yeah, good. It's been good. Did
you pre-order the Apple Watch?
I haven't done that yet. I'm going to look at them first before I do it. I'm not going to.
I'll tell you. I'm tempted because of all the hype, and you know me, I like to have the latest and greatest of everything.
Yes.
But I don't know. I don't know. I think Paul has ordered one.
Yeah, I think Paul did it.
Yeah.
For me personally, I think I'm going to look at them first before I do it because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Get one and then.
That makes sense. Yeah, you need to try it on. Yeah.
It's a lot of money. So yeah, that's good, Jen. So you had a good week. That's good.
Yeah, it's been really busy. Good week. I got the new GS6 today, the new Galaxy S6.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey.
I got the Edge, the one with the Edge, and so now, nice. Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, really pretty. So.
All right.
So you're used to the smaller phones, smaller phone size, or you still like the bigger phone?
I'll tell you what. No, I'm still sport. My daily driver is my Nexus 6, so I'm really loving the 6-inch screen, and the GS6 Edge. It's a little bit smaller. It's beautiful though. It's gorgeous. But I do wish that it were a little bit larger. I do have the Note Edge as well, but this is nice, Paul. You'll have to get one of the Edge GS6 Edges as well.
I haven't actually had a chance to look at one yet.
I think you'll like it. It's just beautiful. It's just, it's really nice.
What size screen is it?
I believe it's 5 inches, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 5 inches or 5.2 inches, something like that. I have to look and see. I should know the specs, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
All right. All good.
Yeah.
Steve, welcome back. How's your week been? And happy happy Easter to you.
Christmas.
Christmas. That's close enough.
How was your Easter?
It was good. I didn't have to work that day. Actually, a lot of people were off on Easter Day, and of course, I want to remind everybody they can download the Techwebcast app and watch the live stream as we're recording it.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to have a chat to Paul about that very shortly, about the new app and that sort of thing, and what's coming up and that sort of good stuff. Welcome, Paul. Welcome to the show, mate. Good to have you on.
Oh, hey, yep. How you going, Brett?
Good, mate. How's your week been?
Hectic.
It has?
Unfortunately. Yeah, it's been out there, unfortunately.
Okay. You ordered the Apple Watch?
Yeah, I did, but I actually did try it on before I actually pre-ordered. So,
That's good.
So I walked into an Apple store at 9 a.m. and pre-ordered at 5 p.m. So
okay, sweet. And you get
Were you in the Apple store all day? No.
no, I just needed to try it on to see what it was like. I actually tried on every single one of them except for the gold ones because I wasn't I wasn't wanting to do that at all.
Why is that, Paul?
It's not something I want to purchase at all.
Too much money?
Well, yeah, and it's not something I would buy. It really does look just not for me.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
Oops. Okay, continue. Just you know what that? That was an ad from Ustream.
I was going to say, what was that? I thought it was my computer, and I'm looking to see what I can mute. And
okay, Paul, continue. Keep going, mate. Well, sorry about that. Anything happens on this show. Anything can happen. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought that was my outro or something
Oh, no.
that you were giving me. Okay. What was I saying?
About the Apple Watch.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so the first thing I did was go in there. I looked at the size of these Apple Watches actually look a lot smaller than you look on the website.
Okay.
Especially the 38 millimeter. That's tiny.
Really?
To me, it's tiny. I put my Moto 360 next to the 42 millimeter, and I could put it inside the Moto 360.
That's bad.
And that's the big watch. So it's smaller than you think it's going to be.
Wow.
But yeah, it gave me the decision though which one to get. I was originally going to look at 38, and then I realized, wow, that's way too small. And then I went for the 42 millimeter because it was the right size for me.
Okay, cool. Who else have we got on here? Paul, Steve?
Yeah. You already talked to me earlier.
Belinda, how's your week been?
Yeah, pretty busy. I've just been working and that sort of thing, just trying to earn a crust. So
Yeah.
it's been pretty difficult. Just trying to make a few videos because I've started getting serious about my YouTube channel. So yeah, just trying to think of all different videos to make and that sort of thing. And I've made the IQ3 one and it's had a good response. So I'm just going to keep going.
Any comments on that?
I haven't had any comments on there, but a few people have watched it, so I'm happy with that.
All right, so Belinda, you and me are big fans of Meerkat. We've been watching Meerkat for a while now, and
I've Meerkatted a few things like going to the shops and that sort of thing, and I actually filmed some buskers as well a few weeks ago.
Yes, I've seen that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was the only one filming the person, so I was just like, felt a bit bad because she's like, oh, there's only one person filming me.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay. So we got Katie and Cody on from Meerkat. Welcome, guys.
Hey, Brad. How you guys doing?
Good. Good to have you on.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
And how long have you been using Meerkat for?
We've been on Meerkat, I think, since day 3 or 4, so about March 2nd, probably.
Okay. And how do you like it so far?
We love it. We've already met so many people through Meerkat. Brad, we met you through Meerkat.
Yes, we did. Yep.
And we just keep meeting people. When we were doing our cross country trip and we stopped in Colorado, we did our first mirror meet and we met Mike Baltus in Colorado, which is a person we met on Meerkat, and we met him in real life. And I think that's the overall goal for me, anyway.
Yeah, definitely. That's fantastic. That's very cool.
The community that we're building is amazing.
What's that, Katie?
The community that we're building is amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. Yeah, some of the things you've done. What sort of things have you done on the stream so far? You've done like giveaways and that sort of thing, or?
So we've done a lot of things. I've gotten pretty drunk and twerked on Meerkat.
We also donated to charity.
Yeah, we did.
Why didn't you start with that?
Well, I don't know. But anyways, we did a trivia night, and whoever was the winner, we donated to Walk for Alzheimer's Disease in their name.
Okay.
We've done a lot of other trivia nights, and then I guess the big thing that everybody really enjoyed was we drove from California to Pennsylvania and Meerkat as much as the trip as we could.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I love that. That was very interesting to watch. And
Yeah.
The MiFi worked great, Cody.
Oh yeah, Nova. For people that don't know that are listening, Novatel Wireless reached out to us before our trip and offered to sponsor all of our data while we were driving across country, and they gave us a MiFi device, and it worked amazing.
Yeah, it did.
Very cool. Very good. Okay.
That's fantastic. Was it with LTE on it? I would imagine so. I would think. Yeah.
Yes, the service provider was Verizon Wireless. It was full 4G LTE.
Nice.
And I noticed, and one of the things I really liked about it, so for anybody that watched knows this, we stopped where I grew up in Kansas, which is in the middle of nowhere, and like our cell phones couldn't get service there, but the MiFi still had service there, so we were still able to stream.
Nice.
Yeah, very cool.
That's really great. Yeah, that's awesome.
Very cool.
Long trip. How many days did it take you?
So we didn't go directly home. Our idea was to hit a bunch of national parks along the way, show people as many things as we could, and the whole trip I think took us right about 11 days.
Oh, how fun! Oh, I bet you guys just had a blast.
Oh yeah, it was so cool. We saw a lot of things that were really amazing.
Crossed a lot of things off our bucket list.
Yeah.
Nice. What was the favorite thing that you saw? If you can pinpoint one favorite part of your trip.
Arches National Park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
and Utah.
I've never been there.
Pretty much the whole Moab, Utah area was our favorite part of the trip.
But we also saw the Grand Canyon too, and that was pretty cool.
That's awesome. How great. I would love to do that. Maybe one day.
Someday.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Someday.
All right, let's
Someday.
go. Let's come back to the to Cody and Katie, Jennifer, and we'll get some news then,
Sounds good.
and then we'll get that out of the way. Okay, here we go.
Thanks, Brad. And this is the Techwebcast news. Tonight's first story is coming from Engadget.com, and it's about Apple Photos. Apple has released their new Photos app, and it's now available to all Yosemite users. So you no longer need to be a beta tester or work for Apple to give the new photo app a spin. The Cupertino crew actually released a finished version of OS X Yosemite 10.10.3, which centers around the more powerful and iOS-friendly picture management hub. Now you can kick iPhoto to the curb and rely on iCloud Photo Library to sync your images. And there's also a few other things you might appreciate as well. They have a more diverse emoji and spotlight suggestions in Lookup. This isn't a gigantic update, but it's definitely worth grabbing if you are interested in getting some new photo software for the Mac. Also in the news, coming from Engadget as well, HBO Now is now live on Apple devices. HBO's cable-free streaming service, HBO Now, is available right now on the Apple TV, iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch. And anybody who is a cable cutter might be interested in signing up for this. You can actually take a look for HBO Now. Just do a Google search and you can sign up for their service. It is exclusive to Apple devices right now, and Cablevision is actually offering its internet customers subscriptions too for about $15 a month. Now, remember, the new season of Game of Thrones is coming up very, very soon. So if HBO Now's exclusivity deal with Apple sounds as restrictive as Dothraki Barbershop, that's because it is. According to their FAQ, an Android app will be coming soon, but probably that will be outside of Apple's 90-day exclusive window. Also in the news, Google Fiber starts testing targeted trackable TV ads. So, Google is making a ton of money on advertising and is now turning that focus to TV. This week, the company announced that it is testing a new kind of ad tracking system for Google Fiber TV customers in Kansas City. Just like any other local cable company, they'll air ads during breaks, and they'll have it reserved for local advertisers. And where this is actually different, though, is that the advertisers will only pay for the number of ads actually shown as monitored by the Fiber set-top boxes. Google can also insert fresh ads into DVR programming and also target viewers based upon their viewing history. If users want, they can opt out of viewing history tracking, but that's it. Also in the news, LinkedIn has bought the online education company lynda.com for $1.5 billion. This will give LinkedIn users more opportunities to own their professional skills. Lynda.com is actually an online learning community. I love it. And it helps users learn software, technology, creative, and business skills to achieve personal and professional goals. Through subscriptions, members can get access to a video library of courses, which are all taught by industry experts. So what does this have to do with LinkedIn? Well, according to CEO Jeff Weiner, he says that he's always been interested in education and he wants to bring that to LinkedIn members. Coming from TheVerge.com, AMC and Dolby team up to make the laser-powered movie theaters of the future. Over the past decade, there's been a home entertainment revolution as higher-res video, improved display technology, and streaming services have changed the way we watch movies and TV. The good old-fashioned movie theater, however, has been a bit neglected. Aside from improved sound and frustration that is 3D, there's no truly radical, widespread improvement since the movie to digital projection. So today's U.S. theater chain AMC and Dolby are announcing a partnership that promises to change that, bringing a new kind of high-end laser projection theatrical experience to your local multiplex, and the first screens are arriving in May. And the last news story is how to access some of the diverse emoji in iOS 8.3. So iOS 8.3 did release this past Wednesday, and it brought a whole slew of bug fixes and performance improvements, one of which is actually Wi-Fi calling on a few networks such as Sprint and T-Mobile. In addition to that, they have a redesigned emoji keyboard that is complete with a new radically diverse set of characters. In other words, instead of only finding one color emoji faces and hands with the keyboard, you have a more realistic sample of colors to represent the various races of the world. In addition, they also have a Spock emoji that you can download and install on your phone. And I think our own Brad Techwebcast actually has that on his device. And so I look forward to getting an iMessage with the Spock emoji. And what that actually is, it's a Vulcan salute. And you can add that to your iMessage. The way you do this, there's actually a place, if you were to Google search it, it's on CNET, where you can copy the emoji from a certain place, it's a tweet actually, on your iPhone or iPad. And then you go to settings and click general, keyboards, and then shortcuts. And you just tap the plus icon, double tap the phrase selection or section, and paste the Vulcan emoji you copied earlier. And you want to enter a shortcut that you would use for that as well. And then just tap save. So you can have the little Vulcan hand gesture for your emoji. And that is the news, Brad.
Good stuff, Jennifer. Great reading as always.
Oh, well, thank you. Good stories on your part.
Jacob actually added them in.
Oh, great stories, Jacob.
And he got them from where, Jacob? Where did you get them from, Jacob? Techwebcast Facebook page.
Well, yep, and I added the last two.
Okay, good stuff, mate. So, Jacob, let's go to you. What's your view on them stories, mate?
Okay, I like the AMC.
Yes, sounds interesting.
Yeah, it does, because with lasers, what's your first idea? What's your first thought that you would think they would do with it?
I have no idea. I'll probably watch it.
Shoot people with lasers.
Right. Okay. Lasers. Right.
And
Sharks with lasers.
Laser pointer.
Yeah, laser pointer. That's like the episode in Seinfeld.
there you go.
Have you seen that, Jennifer?
I have seen pretty much every Seinfeld episode, but I don't remember the one with the laser pointer. Oh wait, yeah, it was doing it at the movie
That's
screen.
it.
Is that right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Yeah, very funny.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Continue, Jacob. What else, mate?
Well, with Google Fiber, with their trackable TV ads, that's pretty sucky.
In what way?
Yeah.
Does it suck?
Yeah, ads suck.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of ads, but they need to be played.
Yeah, but not like when we were watching the F1 races. Woo!
Yeah, well,
That was terrible.
But anyway,
Okay,
that's all right. Anything else, Jake? That it?
off to someone else, Brad.
All right, let's go to a random person. Let's go to Katie. Katie, what's your view on them stories?
I thought they were great. I don't have any need for a Spock emoji personally, but for those fans, I think it's cool.
It is very.
I didn't know what Spock was, honestly. But yeah, I thought they were great.
Go ahead, Paul.
No, sorry.
Okay.
I forgot to mute.
Anything else, Katie, you want to mention in the stories?
Can you get an Apple Watch?
I am not getting an Apple Watch because I can't afford one.
Okay. What about you, Katie? What's your view on them stories, mate?
I'm gonna go with Katie on the Spock emoji. I actually got yelled at recently because for about 28 years I thought it was Star Trek, and I found out that it's Star Trek.
Yeah,
and somebody really reamed me on that.
Wow.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. I love it.
We've got a delivery company called Star Trek.
We do indeed, yeah. We do.
See, I thought the show was about them, Belinda.
But I'm with Cody on that. I didn't know the difference either, unfortunately.
Yeah, and
We're probably going to lose fans.
I
now.
found out that if you say that to Trekkies, as they say, they get very defensive about it. No offense to the Trekkies. I mean, be passionate.
It is fun.
I appreciate the passion. I'm glad somebody corrected me, so I don't go another 30 years saying it wrong.
That's good. I like that.
Was just showing something on his phone. I'm not sure what that was.
I was showing the Spock emoji.
Oh yeah, we were showing the Spock emoji.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Jennifer, did you get that? I sent it to you on your phone. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got that. The link didn't work though. Like the actual emoji showed up, but the link did not work.
Okay, yeah, you just copy that into the settings there.
Okay.
The emoji thing there.
Oh yeah, I do have it. You did send it to me today.
Yeah, so you just copy it into that.
Nice. Oh, that's even better. I'm glad that you did that. Thank you.
Cool.
People on our Meerkat are now unfollowing me because I did not know the difference between Star Trek. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, Cody. Any more you want to say about any news stories, mate? On them?
Were we still talking about the Apple Watch? Or
I think we were talking about Star Trek. I think.
Yeah, we were talking about Spock.
Oh no, I don't have anything else on Spock.
All right. Okay. Steve, what about you? What's your view on them stories, mate?
Live long and prosper. Well, HBO now looks kind of interesting.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. HBO now looks fantastic. You're going to be signing up to that?
Actually, I'd probably, if I was going to sign up to anything, I don't have a subscription to Netflix right now. I'd probably more get that than I would HBO now. But
personally, if I was in your shoes, I would get HBO now because there's better shows on there. I think personally, Game of Thrones and them.
Yeah, I've always wanted to watch Game of Thrones. You can't hardly find it anywhere.
I can't get that show. I can't get into that show. I don't know why, but I just find it really boring.
Oh, maybe I should preview it first somewhere. See if I like
you-
it now.
I watched for like 10 minutes and I just turned it over.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, you
you
gotta
know.
watch it longer than that.
Really?
Yeah, you really do.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
gotta watch
I
at
like
least
it.
3 episodes to get hooked
Oh,
on
I
it.
can't do that, mate. I'm sorry, but I just get really bored easy. Maybe I'll try again. I don't know. Maybe I just need to. Yeah, I don't know.
It does take some listening, you know. It does take a little bit of effort to follow it. It does.
But it was Sons of Anarchy. That's a different story.
Oh, I love that. I missed that show.
Same, me too. Jennifer, will you be signing up to HBO now?
I will not be signing up for it. I use HBO Go, so I really don't need HBO now.
Okay.
But I do want to say something about the stories. The Apple Photos app. So I've been using the beta version of OS X for a while now and had the Photos app on there, and I stopped using it because it just ended up taking so much. It would take all my photos basically that were in iCloud, would end up putting it on my device, and it took so much room on my device.
Yeah.
It just was not a clean. I don't know. It just wasn't a clean interface. It just I didn't like it, so I'm not even using the Photos app. So yeah, so I'm not a big fan of it, but I prefer iPhoto actually.
Really? All right.
Yeah,
the other one.
yeah.
The
Same.
Photos app, I like it better. It's more cleaner. Looks easy to use.
Who said the same?
Big one.
Yeah, iPhoto.
Oh, yeah.
It screws up all my albums when I went to the new. When
Yeah.
I went to the new photo app, it's like all over the place, and I like
Mhm.
it how it is in iPhoto at the moment.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Cody or Katie? Do you guys use a Mac, and what's your view on the new update that came out the other day?
I'm really bad about doing updates. We have all Macs, but I actually haven't done any of the new updates yet.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Me either.
Okay. What about you, Paul? What's your view on the news stories, man?
Oh wait, I have one more thing
Go
to
ahead.
say.
Yep. Go ahead, Jenny.
Sorry. Okay, and then lynda.com. I'm a huge lynda.com fan. I've learned so many things from lynda.com. So I really hope that nothing happens, that the service doesn't degrade at all. I don't think it will. I think LinkedIn acquiring lynda.com, I think that's kind of a natural extension for LinkedIn, since it is targeting the professional and targeting the business user, and it is a way for people to, you know, get some education on some items. So maybe if anything, it will just spread the awareness of lynda.com and get them even more subscribers. But I think they do pretty well as it is. I think everyone really knows about them.
Yeah, definitely.
But for those that don't, and if people haven't tried it yet, they need to try lynda.com. They do such a great job. Their instructors, their teachers are amazing, and I've been really impressed with it. So I was happy to see that. I hope it's something that Lynda wanted. I think $1.5 billion is a huge amount. So congratulations to lynda.com and the people behind it.
Is that a real name? Is that her name though? Who owns it? Who owns Lynda?
You know, I'm not even sure who. Let me see if it says who owns it here. I don't think so.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't see it on here. No.
I cut in and say something.
Go ahead, Jacob.
Sure.
Well, we forgot to mention something from Facebook.
Well, hang on for a second. Just let Jennifer finish.
I was done. That's
Okay,
fine.
you're gonna. What are you gonna say, Jacob, about Facebook?
Yeah, they were making a Facebook Messenger for the web.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they
Oh,
did.
that's right.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you used it, Jennifer?
The standalone one?
Yeah.
No, well, I thought since we already have it, then that would be it. I didn't know. I thought the whole thing was if you don't have a Facebook account, you could use Facebook Messenger.
Oh, I think.
Isn't that the way it works?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. Is that right, Jacob, or not? I'm not sure.
You have to have a
Yeah,
Facebook.
that's what I thought. Yeah, you need a Facebook account to use it.
So what do you mean web-based? Because isn't it already web-based as it is?
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah.
Well, basically, what they're trying to do is make a web version, so you don't have to download the app anymore.
Oh, a web version for your device.
Right, like
on mobile.
if it's not supported yet.
I see. So web version for mobile. Okay. I thought you meant on the desktop.
Both. It's on desktop too. I think I was talking to you earlier.
All right. I'm confused. I'll have to. I feel like an idiot now.
Just go to Messenger. What's the URL, Jacob? Messenger.com or something?
I'll send her a link.
Thank you, Jacob.
Yeah, please do. You check it out. I haven't used it yet, but it's the same sort of deal on the Facebook page. So yeah, same sort of thing.
Cool.
Paul, what about you, mate? What's your view on them stories?
Well, the photo app thing, not so happy with it. I was expecting it to be more like Aperture, really. But it's more of a cut down version of iPhoto.
I like it. It's very clean, lightweight, opens quick, opens really quick and that.
Supposedly, it'll load and move your, photos. It'll be, internally it'll.
What do you think of it, Steve? Do you like it?
I've been using it as well. I've got the beta version, like Jennifer, and I don't know. I never really liked iPhoto, to tell you the truth, or even not for storing my photos, because I like to do it a different way, I guess. I did like the interface if you wanted to edit photos. Now, obviously, it wasn't made for professionals. It was like supposed to be like a step above iPhoto as far as what you can do for editing or something like that.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. Anything else, Paul, you want to mention, mate?
Yeah, I signed up to HBO Now.
Good stuff.
So far, so good. I'm on the free trial at the moment for 30 days, so that's pretty cool. I suppose I could probably say it's not as good as Netflix. I've had a few times where it just crashed on me for no reason.
Oh, wow.
While playing, Game of Thrones, for an example. But it does stream, your content pretty well, and it works over the iPad, the Apple TV, and iPhone, so it's not all that bad. So it's pretty good.
Do you think it'll come to Australia?
Well, it's hard to say. This is the first HBO app, though, that doesn't require you to be part of any type of cable company or, AT&T or something like that. You can pretty much just, as long as you have an Apple ID, you can do an in-app purchase essentially every month.
All right.
Which is pretty cool. So so far so good. That's all I'm going to say on that one.
Good stuff, mate. Anything else you want to mention, Paul?
No, that was pretty much it.
All right, mate. We'll come back to you shortly to have a chat about the new app. Belinda, what about you? What's your view on all this story? And would you be using HBO Now, or are you going to try it out or not?
HBO Now sounds pretty interesting. It sounds a bit like Netflix.
It does indeed.
So it should be pretty good if it ever comes to Australia. That would be even create more competition. So that's pretty
exactly. That's good.
Yeah.
I actually made a suggestion to Foxtel yesterday to change their showcase channel to HBO.
Yeah. What did they say?
They didn't get back to me.
Very like, damn, why didn't we think of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense, I reckon, because all they do is play HBO's content on that channel,
Yeah. There's
no ads, is there? There's no ads at all, is there?
No, I don't think so.
No ads. So it's good. All in HD and
And with the Google Fiber targeted ads or something like that, I'm not sure if I like that idea, because it seems like they're probably going to see what you look at on the internet and that sort of thing, and then play the ads based on what your searches have been or something like that. That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, so I'd rather have no ads, which would be better than having targeted ads. Probably zero ads would be better.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And the Apple Photos thing, don't really like it yet.
Really?
I preferred the iPhoto before, because it sort of changed everything. I was like, what's going on here with my photos? And then I realized that they've got the new thing. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I just found iPhoto really slow and didn't load very well, but with this new one, it loads great. Just, works fantastic.
But I was able to find all my photos and everything, so...
You can still find your photos in the new app. It's under the lock tabs and stuff, albums and everything.
Yeah, because when I installed the OS X 10.10.3, it's a mouthful, then it came up and said that.
Say it again?
Like 10.10.10.3 something.
Okay.
Just say 10.10.3.
Like, 10,
I think you added an extra 10. 10.10.10.10.
Yeah, 10.10.
Or 10.
Too many 10s in one thing. There's like, how many? There's 3 10s or something. Yeah. So confusing.
All right. Anyone else, Belinda? We need to ask anyone. Katie or Cody, do you have an opinion on the stories? I'm thinking I already asked you.
I think, yeah, you did.
Yep. Steve, what about you?
Yeah, you asked me.
You had
I
Steve
think
too,
yes.
I think.
Okay, Steve and
How
Jacob.
about you, Brad? Do you have any opinions on
No,
the
I don't.
stories?
I just like the new update for the
iPhoto.
iPhoto and stuff. That's pretty cool.
I just
Our
sent you a
photo.
Vulcan,
I sent-
a Spock text or emoji.
In a minute, in a second. Let's continue talking to Cody and Katie from Meerkat. Jennifer, you have any questions for them?
Well, see, we're having a good talk before. We were talking about their trip across the country, which sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious, how did you when you got started with Meerkat, how did you build your audience and how do you interact with them? Is it like, did it just kind of come naturally, or was it just that you kept on using it and just kind of built upon that, or maybe it's because you provide good content? That might be the answer right there.
Well, Jennifer, as I said when we started, I think my first night I drank a little much and twerked. So I don't know
That's
if
right,
it
you
was
twerked.
yeah, I don't know if it was good content.
It was entertaining.
Entertaining content. Yeah.
Apparently people found it interesting. But no, I think the big thing on Meerkat is people are tired of reality TV that they know is scripted. They're tired of watching things that are not real. And I think they found me and Katie to be very transparent, and we engage with everybody. This is probably the first Meerkat we've done where we're not constantly talking with everybody that's in the Meerkat. And I think that's what they really like and relate to. Several people have told us they love how much we talk to them. And like I said before, I don't really understand the point of quote unquote social media if
you're not social.
Yeah, if you're not reaching out and trying to actually meet people. I guess, what are we just all going to be internet friends and that's being social? I don't really understand that.
I agree, Katie. I've met so many people through you guys, and it's really very cool. And also on other Meerkat streams, I've met some pretty cool people as well. And yeah, it's really good app.
Oh yeah, I think it's an amazing. I think it's a game changer. Not necessarily Meerkat,
but the idea.
But the idea behind live streaming, I think it's a big game changer. And I think obviously we're very early stage, and I think we're going to see a lot of really interesting things come from this.
Definitely. What about?
You know what's? I was just going to say what's nice also is the fact that we have the networks now to support this. Yeah, maybe a few years ago it wasn't quite there. Now with everyone having LTE, it's just, the network's there to support it. So I think it's fantastic that these kinds of apps are coming out right now, and it's great that you're taking full advantage of it too. And you're right. It's what is the point of a social network if you're not engaging and being social with other people? So I like the fact that you've taken it to the next level with Meerkat. So very, very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, thanks, Jennifer. And just to kind of piggyback off of that, I've used a lot of social networks. I'm sure we all have, but I just kind of dabble in them. I've never got really big on them. Twitter has always been my favorite to anything because I feel like a lot of conversation goes on there. But at the same time, with Meerkat or live streaming in general, you're really getting to know somebody. I mean, I've met a ton of people on Meerkat that I knew them forever on Twitter, and then I saw them on Meerkat, and I was like, wait a minute, you're not anything like your profile picture puts off, or your bio
or your tweets
puts off, or your tweets put off. You're a completely different person. So Meerkat really shows the person behind the profile picture.
Yeah, definitely.
That makes sense. Like
hey, Cody,
true colors.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree with what Jennifer said. Hey, Cody, tell us about the girl from UK, J Minnie. Tell her what does she do?
He asked you.
You met her?
Yeah, we met her. We love her. I think she's an engineer. I'm not exactly sure what she does, honestly. What does she?
Yeah, J Minnie is a STEM engineer in the UK.
Okay.
She works for an engineering company.
Interesting. Okay. Belinda, any questions for Cody or Katie?
I was just going to ask what you were doing before Meerkat, like a YouTube thing or anything like that.
So no, so just so you guys know, I'm actually the internet person. Katie was never really into it.
Nope.
And when Meerkat came out, she even thought that was silly because like the first couple days, like I was watching people go to the store and buy beer. It was I don't know, it was just silly things. And Katie was like, "Why are you watching some guy go to the store and buy beer?" And I was like, "I don't know, I'm just looking at it." But then Vincenzo Landino got on there and he started doing a request and he would do karaoke. And Katie started watching that, and she would request a song. He would do it. He would engage with us, and Katie thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when Katie came on board with it. But to backtrack to your original question, Belinda, I've started a company and did media work. I've blogged. I've done a lot of different things, but I'm kind of putting that. I'm selling off some websites and I'm putting everything to the side because of the connections that we've made through Meerkat. We're getting ready to team up with millennialceo.com, and we're going to do a lot of really cool stuff and web series. And like you said, Belinda, we're going to jump on YouTube and make some videos for YouTube and do a series on there. And we also, me and my best friend that is lives right next door to us. We were just over there right before we jumped on the podcast with you guys. We're getting ready to launch a podcast. It's the Big Rigs and Pancakes podcast. You can find it on Twitter at BRP Podcast.
So what's it about? What sort of topics are you going to discuss on that?
So the whole thing with our podcast is I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. There's very few podcasts that I listen to. And the reason being, I feel that a lot of podcasts are structured and, well, you guys are actually doing a great job at just
I was just about to ask you, Cody, what's your view on this podcast so far?
Oh no, I think you guys are doing a great job at just conversating and talking about things. But a lot of podcasts aren't like that. It's a very kind of like we were talking about before. Reality TV is scripted. I feel like when I listen to a lot of podcasts, they're scripted, and it's a question answer type of scenario. And it's a very so like say you listen to a podcast that's on social media. How many episodes can you really do repetitively on social media? I mean, it's gonna burn out after a while. So our podcast is going to focus on the conversation, storytelling, normal everyday people. I want to talk to truck drivers, people that are in the 9-to-5 grind, people that have started companies. I just want to talk to people and have we're going to sit down, we're going to have some beers, and we're going to talk about stuff. We're not going to ask scripted questions. There's not going to be any direction that we're going. We're just going to sit down and talk about life and how you deal with certain things in life.
Yeah, definitely. So, Cody, is this going to be an audio podcast or a video podcast?
So at first it will be a audio podcast. Obviously, I'm going to Meerkat a lot of it. And my other big thing that I want to do that I'm really big into showing people how to do things. I want to empower people to start their own podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
So a lot of the meerkatting will actually be the setup of the podcast, how it works. My neighbor, my best friend that I'm doing the podcast with is actually a musician, and he has a studio in his house. So I'm very lucky to have that connection, and we have a lot of really good equipment. And I'm going to show everybody how that all works and everything.
Good stuff. Now, I got Jacob into podcasting, but Jacob, what's your view on all this podcasting, that sort of thing?
I like it.
Yeah. Any questions for Cody or
I just like to meet new people.
Or who have you met off the internet so far? What people have you met?
The Aussie Pickers guy.
Yeah. No, I mean actually in real life.
No one.
Oh, you met Craig Ship.
Craig Ship.
Okay. Not quite.
That goofy little fellow.
I've met quite a few people from the internet.
Yeah, same. I've met a few people on the internet, but yeah, I reckon it's cool to meet people off in real life. You know.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And yeah, Paul, any questions for Cody or Katie?
No. So basically, your podcast is going to be pretty much a lifestyle type of podcast, I'm guessing. We pretty much see what people are getting up to and what they do, and relating to it in some social way.
Yeah, exactly, Paul. I just want to talk to people and see, how they've gotten to where they are, or what they're doing to get through where they are. So like a person that we met on Meerkat, me and Katie, her name's Drusilla. You guys can find her on Twitter at Drusilla_S_. She lives in Britain. She loves America. She wants to move to America, and she is also trying to transition out of her 9-to-5 job and get into the social media field. So those are the type of people I want to talk about. I want to talk about the struggle and what they're going through and how they're overcoming their obstacles and everything. It's not about, talking to the Gary V's or, the Steve Jobs of the world, the people that have already made it. It's about talking to the people that are getting there or on their way there.
Yeah, the new people. The new people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meerkat kind of gave you a taste of it, though, because we've met so many people and heard so many different stories. And like just Jamie talking about her family, and like she talks about them like I don't like they're gold. And a lot of Americans don't talk about their families like that. It's amazing the different cultures and the different stories that we hear.
Well, I mean, and just to back up Katie, what Katie said, it's amazing that we are right now on a podcast that is headquartered out of Australia. I believe that Jacob is in Florida. Jennifer, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're in New Jersey.
North Carolina. Close enough, though.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Brad introduced me to a bunch of people at once, and I'm trying to get into my database in my head. Doesn't always work. So you're in North Carolina. Jacob is in Florida. We're in Pennsylvania. Brad and Belinda and I believe Paul are in Australia, and we're all sitting here having a conversation. I think that's awesome.
It is very awesome. And Jennifer, just a note, someone said you sound cute.
Oh, that's sweet. Me?
Yeah, someone said on there.
Jennifer, everybody in our Meerkat is asking if you are actually in the Meerkat and watching. They want to know who you are.
I'll need to, I'll have to start meerkatting. On Twitter, I'm at JRUGGIERO. And thank you, everybody. That's awesome. That is so cool.
You guys hear that? Shout out from Jennifer to you guys.
Indeed. So what else, Cody, do you have on the plans as well, mate? What else is coming up soon?
I think that's the gist of it. Like I said, I'm working with a group of guys that I also met right before Meerkat came out, and they're actually the guys that showed me Meerkat. And we are working on teaming up with millennialceo.com based out of Chicago. And we have some really cool things that I can't get too deep into, but some really interesting lifestyle stuff that is going to come out in the next week or two. That's all based around, the millennial mindset, the struggle of the, 25 to 35-year-olds right now, growing up with the internet and all of that. So some really neat stuff's going to come out in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Katie, do you want to give us a quick background on what you do and how you like Meerkat?
My background is in interior design, and I actually quit that job and moved to California to be with Cody. I think my real passion is probably working with animals.
Nice.
That seems to get me doing volunteer work, fostering and transporting. But Meerkat,
that's awesome.
Yeah, very awesome. Yeah, good on you.
I love that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just I heard you say that, and I had to stop and say that. So keep going. I'm sorry, Katie.
Because Katie's very modest about it. Katie has saved so many animals. She has fostered so many animals. She's transported so many animals, and she also raised the most money for the Pennsylvania SPCA Run for the Bullies. She's very, very dedicated to the rescue animals.
Wow.
Oh, that's wonderful. I wish there were more people like you. If we could clone them. I am extremely passionate about animals too, and I've been wanting to do something more to help as well. So do you have any suggestions as to if somebody like me who wants to get more involved? I guess the local animal shelters is one way, but are there any organizations that you recommend?
Well, that was where I started. I actually posted on Facebook to all of my friends because I started following pages for rescues and shelters and things like that. And a lot of my friends worked with those rescues and stuff. And so I posted to them, I said, I'm looking to get more involved. I obviously can't foster at the moment. I don't have time to volunteer like I want to at the time. And then I started transporting. They hooked me up with a rescue down in Baltimore, and I transported just about every weekend these dogs that were in high kill shelters that were on the list to be put down just because there wasn't any space. And so I was able to like give them a ride to a rescue to like get adopted and find their homes and stuff, and seeing like getting the dogs in my car and seeing like their fear just melt off of them was like, that's my yoga. Like that's my yoga to some people. I loved that.
I would just want to take everyone in. I wish that I could have just a lot of land and a big home or just a big space to be able to take them in and take care of them. And,
Absolutely.
that's unrealistic, but yeah.
Every weekend I send somebody a text and like, so there's this one lab, his name's Sammy, can we have him or something like that? Every single weekend I would send him a picture. What about this one? What about this one?
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So.
All right. Very awesome. Good on you, Katie, for looking after all them dogs, and hope you got 2 dogs, right? Haven't you, Katie? You got 2 dogs?
Yeah, I have 2 huskies. We have 2 huskies.
But
just to backtrack, you guys asked me about Meerkat, and I had this idea since I am obsessed with animals, was to actually go to the SPCA that I raised the money for, and to Meerkat in there and talk to some of the volunteers about the dogs that have been there the longest, to see if I could get them more exposure to get adopted. So that's kind of where I was planning on going with Meerkat, but obviously, like, opportunities, I mean, it's endless for Meerkat in live streaming.
Yeah, I was going to say we have the same problem in Australia with animals. There's a lot of stray animals and that sort of thing, and they're trying to adopt them out the same way. So yeah, it's good work that you're doing. Yeah,
good work. I agree with what Belinda said. Paul, do you have any animals at all? What's your view on this, mate?
No, I currently don't have any pets.
You're gonna get
but there is a whole bunch of cows I'm looking at the back at the moment. Because I'm backing on a farm, and there's basically tons of horses and cows. And yeah, eventually, and there's a lot of times where the cows actually just walk down the street. And yeah, that's something you never see every day, considering, I'm 10K from the city.
I thought you live in a suburb, like in the city area, in Brisbane or something.
I do. That's the problem.
Oh, wow.
You never see that sort of thing in the city where a cow would just walk down the street.
That's very cool.
But yeah, I do see a lot of animals, and it's great for me because I get to, I guess, bring up, because I've just started with DSLR type photo stuff, and this stuff is really good for that. And
yeah, definitely.
I thought it was really cool, but yeah, I think it's great that they're saving animals and stuff like that. That's pretty bold and worth it.
I agree. Sure. I agree 100%. Steve, what's your view on all this, mate? And do you think we should send Katie and Cody a koala?
Sure.
Well, Singapore are getting one, so they're getting 4. We're sending 4 koalas to Singapore. Yeah, as ambassadors or something.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Why is it always koalas they send over?
Yeah, I sent a photo by just.
We have other animals.
I don't know how they'd go sending a kangaroo. It would probably.
Some snakes.
Around too much, yeah.
Send them more.
But seriously, like, you should check out the koalas over in Australia. They're very nice, and you can go to the zoo and stuff and pat them and that sort of thing. It's really cool.
I would love to.
Yeah, I think you'll love it. Belinda, do you think we should?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think we should.
They're small and cuddly, so.
Yeah, they are. And they've got really sharp claws.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah. So, Paul, give us a quick rundown on the new app, mate, before we wrap up. And, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's live on the App Store. It came out April 1st, which was not the date that I actually set for it to be released, but it got released on April 1st, conveniently. So that was pretty cool. So as far as I'm aware, there's been, I think, over 50 odd people that have downloaded the app already. So that's
How many?
pretty cool.
How many was it?
50
That's
as
not
far
bad.
as I can see.
Good stuff.
So yeah, it's going to improve over time. Obviously, this is just the first initial release, but yeah, it pretty much is live in the App Store for all your iPhone, iPods, and eventually it'll be on iPad and Android.
Yeah, a few people actually asked me that question. When will it be on the iPad, and also when will it be on Android?
Android's probably going to take a lot longer for me because I haven't really started on the Android version yet.
Okay.
So that's going to take probably a while, I'll probably say on that one.
About a year or so.
iPad version I'll probably have later this year. I just got to do a few tweaks and that type of stuff. But notifications and all that sort of stuff will start once the new update will come out in about a week's time.
All right, nice one.
With notifications and the type of stuff.
Cool. Sounds good, Paul. Love it, mate. Hope people are downloading the app today and listening on the phone. That it looks fantastic, mate.
You did a good job with
Nice.
it, Paul. I like
Yeah.
it. It looks really nice.
Very clean
Yeah, I
and easy
like
to
it.
use, and yeah. Steve,
Cool. Thanks,
questions? Any questions for Paul on the app?
I'll just say that I really like it. I've seen the past Techwebcast application. It was okay. This one's a lot, like I said, easier to use. You can stream versus download. Either one.
That dude was charging like $1.29 or something for that app, Steve.
Oh, was he?
Unbelievable.
Huh.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was going, they're charging $1.29 for this.
I didn't even know they were charging the app. I hope it's been removed.
No, it's still there.
Oh, it should be removed. They shouldn't be doing that.
I thought Apple said dropped it, didn't
Some
it?
of that money should be coming to me because I'm the owner of the podcast, and he should be doing that. He should be selling that app. He clearly know about that, but yeah, he needs to remove that app. If because the new
You talking about the old app?
Yeah,
that
the old
was
app,
in
yeah.
there. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even realize that was there until I downloaded Paul's app.
Yeah, I didn't even know until Paul told me. He said, "Oh, it's a paid one," and I didn't even know.
Yeah, same. I Google. I searched my app on the App Store, and then I saw 2 apps. I'm going, whoa, what's this one?
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know about that one until I looked it up.
Okay. So Cody and Katie, do you guys use iPhones, or what sort of phones do you use?
Yeah, we have 2 iPhone 6s.
Okay, cool. And do you enjoy the Apple?
Oh yeah, I mean everything. We have the iPhone 6s. We have a iPad Air 2, a MacBook Air, a MacBook
TV.
Pro, Apple TV,
We are an Apple
and
family.
Mac Mini. And I think I'm getting ready to pick up the new iMac 5K so I
Really?
can edit video. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get that. I need to get that like the next week.
Nice.
That's
Is that
very
all?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Geez, we're all jealous right now.
Is that all?
I would love.
That's all I got.
I would
Well,
love to.
so
that.
I'll tell you a story. So I mentioned it before. I used to own a company. We did media work. We did video and photography and graphics for extreme sports and motorsports. That was back in 2007 is when we started that. And we started with the very first generation GoPro and some handy cams and stuff. And then I exited that company in 2010, and I was like, well, I still know about video editing and everything, so I got a GoPro Black for our trip to video all of it. And then I tried to put it on my MacBook, and it just couldn't handle the 4K video. So that's when I started looking at computers, and I realized I needed to go with something like the Mac Pro, or at least the iMac 5K. And I think I'm leaning towards the iMac because I don't really want another tower per se.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the iMac's great. I love it. 5K.
Yeah, for sure. It looks awesome.
When will you be getting that, Cody?
It's really just a matter of I need to make it to the Apple Store. We don't have an Apple Store that's right around us. We got to go about 45 minutes to an hour. So hopefully within the next week or so, I just need to get off my ass and drive there.
Can you Meerkat that so we can watch it? You buying it?
I will try to. I know some stores have had an issue with people live streaming in them, but I will try to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to live stream from JB Hi-Fi, which is like a store where they sell electronic stuff, and there was no 4G or 3G.
Wow. Really?
So yeah, so I couldn't get any connection at all.
Yeah, I think
it's like right down the bottom. Yeah, underground or something.
Underground. Yeah, that's why you weren't getting any reception, but
yeah,
probably would get that. You know.
Yeah, JB Hi-Fi is like a Best Buy in the US if you wanted to compare it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What else is there, Jacob? Any more questions for Cody and Katie?
Not really.
All right.
You already hit them off.
All right, mate. What's your final view of the show, Jacob, and that sort of thing? Where can they get hold of you?
Oh, that was pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah, including that blooper that you had during the show.
Yes.
I like that. Sometimes you just don't know when it's going to happen.
Exactly, but it does happen on this show. Anything happens on this show.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob, thanks for being on, mate. Appreciate your time. Steve, where can they get hold of you, mate? And what's your final view of the show?
You can find me on Twitter as chatterbox_live. And make sure you pick up the Techwebcast app. You can catch the live stream as well and download or stream the audio podcast. And
there's an actual little button on the side of the website. You can click on that little Techwebcast icon, and that's where it will take you to the app.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget to rate it and review it or all that.
Yeah, please do. Jacob, go ahead, mate. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, you can follow me at jazzbot32669 at 1Z.
1Z, good 1Z, man. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob, for being on. Belinda, what about you?
You can get me on Twitter at bdemy. That's BDEMY. And it was a fantastic show. I also like the new Techwebcast app.
Thank you.
Downloaded that last week. So it's great that I can just go there and listen to all the episodes. It's fantastic.
Hopefully we'll get more downloads and that sort of thing. That up.
Yeah, fantastic.
More views on that. So Belinda, you were on Tech Luster last week.
Yes, when we were reviewing the IQ3, which is Foxtel, it's pay TV in Australia.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like cable.
Are you still loving it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I like the new setup on the screen and how when you're watching a show and then you go to the TV guide, it stays on the show that you're watching, and you can just go through the TV guide while that's on in the background rather than it just going to that music.
Yeah, definitely. Can you believe it or not, it's actually made, the interface is made via HDMI5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
HTML5, Brad.
Yeah, what Jacob said.
Yeah, it's just more sleek than the previous one.
Yeah, but have a listen to that.
Easier to use.
But have a listen to that episode, Belinda, that we did the other day with Nick and Andrew. Have a listen to it. It's an interesting conversation.
Yeah, I listened to that the other day.
Did you hear the shout out that we did do?
Really good. Yeah, that was great. Thanks for that.
He didn't give you much of an answer though, did he?
Not really. I knew he would say that. I knew he was going to say, "Oh, in a few months, every month we'll have a update or something."
Yeah, they're very low key on that sort of thing. What they can say, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, but he had some very interesting information about how they developed it and everything like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, Belinda, thanks for being on. Appreciate your time. Maybe you'll be on next week if Andrew's not on here.
Yep, no worries.
For Andrew, Jennifer, what about you? What's your final view of the show?
I really enjoyed tonight's episode, and it was great talking with you, Cody and Katie, and Paul. Awesome job on the app. So
Thank you.
Really good show tonight. You're welcome. And people can. Oh, sorry. Good meeting you. And people can find me online. I'll just plug my Twitter today. JRUGGIERO, J Ruggiero.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Jennifer, when is your podcast coming back?
I know, right? I keep on saying it's coming back. It really is. It's just I've been just
busy,
hammered with work. And actually, I'm in the process of bringing that one back in addition to working on another one with Patrick Jordan. And it's that one's going to be called Tech and Nonsense. And I don't know if you wanted me to announce it today, but I just did.
Go ahead,
so.
Jennifer. What's it about?
It's going to be about tech and nonsense. So it's going to be, some interesting stuff about tech, and then also whatever other items that we find interesting to kind of chat about, and maybe some tips and reviews and things like that. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, we just had to talk about it right before the show tonight, and we should get started with that in about a week and a half.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Look out for that, everyone, on that new podcast from Jennifer. What about Steve? What about you, mate? I've already asked Steve. I think I've Steve.
Yeah. I had the mic muted. You already asked me. Yeah.
Paul, what about you, mate?
Yeah, you can catch me on PKTV on the YouTubes, and of course PK12. You can follow me on Twitter, and obviously you can download the PKTV app on Android and iOS.
Good stuff, mate. Good to have you on, Paul, and enjoy the new Apple Watch, mate. I'm sure we'll hear about it very soon.
I hope I enjoy it.
A lot of people are not getting theirs until June. I read.
Yeah, it surprisingly some of the models weren't going to come out this April, so that's really strange.
And I'm just wondering why people are pissed off about it. You know, they shouldn't be ordering stuff if they know they won't get it for a while. That just annoys me. You know, why would you do that? And you know, it's just dumb, I think. But just wait. Don't just be patient and go and look at it and stuff, and
Yeah, true. Take your time with these. It's a wearable.
Exactly. And I won't be rushing out to getting a wearable anytime soon, but I will be looking at it soon. Cody and Katie, thanks for being on, guys. Appreciate your time.
Oh, thanks for having us, Brad. We really appreciate it. We enjoyed it. I'm glad we got to meet all you guys.
Good stuff. Do you want to mention anything else before we go, wrap up, and websites or Twitters or anything like that?
No, you can follow me at on Twitter at the Cody Vision. You can get Katie at Katies914. You can also get me for the podcast at BRP Podcast. And also, like I said before, check out millennialceo.com. They're getting ready to go through a rebrand, and we're going to have some exciting stuff coming out on there in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, nice one. Okay, we'll come back on the show if you want to promote that more and the podcast.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
Sounds good, mate. Have I missed anyone else, Jennifer, at all? Is that it?
I think that's it. I think you got everyone.
Stay tuned for next week. Thanks for being on, guys, and thank you to Katie and Cody for being on. Meerkat Rocks.
Good to have you guys on.
Indeed it is. Indeed it was, indeed. So you can actually dance to this outro if you wanted to.
Techwebcast. The hosts and guests are unsurpassed. Techwebcast. 'Cause technology, it moves so fast. Techwebcast. Ha, stick around and you're gonna have a blast. Yeah. Techwebcast. Ha, ha. Techwebcast. Big ups to Andrew, to Brad, Jody, Steve, and Jennifer. Boom!